Willie Does Wrestling back at it again with a brand new stream and a brand new review. With me, as always, it is the number one MJF stan in the IWC. It is Dylan of the Last Weekend Wrestling Podcast.
I
Dylan, how are
mean,
you doing?
my man, if you didn't introduce me any other way, I don't know how else this conversation was going to go. Absolutely. MJF, I'm your number one fan for shit show. Wearing the scarf, wearing the full gear shirt when I saw you on, AEW hat on. I mean, Jesus. I
Where
feel
he
like,
won the title,
oh,
mind you.
and Sam, my buddy Sam has the title. So now I think
Oh,
it's time for me to buy the title. And then we get the nice Burberry plate, Burberry leather. We get the nice MJF plate on it. Oh my God. We'll really be Long Island to the death of us for sure.
you'll literally have the triple B.
Yep. I will have the triple B.
Holy shit, motor's already on here.
It's on,
Uh,
baby. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. You know
there we
what's funny?
go.
I
What
had
a
something to
king.
talk about with Punk, and I had something to talk about with MJF. So, with Jeff Hardy, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure. Motor, so nice to see you back in the chat, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, nice seeing you in the chat. Nice punk theories. I'm gonna have a punk theory later on as well.
Yep.
But nice to see you here, and nice for thank you for riling up the chat first. But however, this is our AEW Dynamite review, our second AEW Dynamite review here on the channel. We missed last week because fuck Mario movie. I had to see
Mario
fucking
movie.
Jack Black. Um, but holy shit, what a fucking show last night.
I'm so happy you're coming back to AEW Dynamite after such a long hiatus, and that
Yes.
we keep giving you banger after banger after banger shows. Honestly, I couldn't be any more happy to see you be happy about AEW wrestling. Really, I can't. It's so exciting. It's
Yeah,
so exciting
no.
to have another fan.
It's fucking crazy because if anyone's old viewers of my channel, I used to rip on fucking AEW every
Oh
fucking
yeah.
chance I got.
Oh yeah.
Then the whole WrestleMania shit happened, and then it's like, well, okay, I'm gonna check out AEW. I'm gonna see what they're doing, and then fucking Christ, like all I would really do is check out it on Twitter, and then I started watching the shows in its entirety, especially this one, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, this shit's fucking crazy. Start to not really the finish in this one, but normally start to finish, it's just
Yeah.
absolute bangers. Even the
Man.
matches that you don't care about, still
Yeah.
bangers. So
Yep.
yeah, no, AEW is really, really improving.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, this is our review for the April 12th, 2023 episode. We start off with Darby Allen against Swerve.
My man, Darby A. How you doing, buddy? I mean, he has to be. He got hit by a car last Thursday, and then wrestled Friday, which they
Yep.
brought up on the thing. Which is, I didn't believe that, to be honest. But then hearing it again live from Tony Schiavone, was just like, wow, that really fucking happened. I can't believe it. Like that man's really like, he has to be like out of his mind. Like truly, he has to. He really must
Yeah.
be like hanging out with Sting like after work, being lost in the darkest pits of the Raptors, talking to themselves and shit. Because my man is just absolutely crazy. I mean, he came out, he literally tried coffin diving on Swerve, and then hit that beautiful front flip on Swerve right out of the gate. I mean, they kept on giving each other
Yeah.
receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt. It was dude, 4 out of 5. I know I just started talking right off the bat, but I'm sorry. It was just
No,
such. It was
it's all good.
such a good right off the bat match, man. That you couldn't not like. I was literally making content off my phone because I have YouTube TV, so like that because I don't have a cable box anymore. I took it out. So I've been using YouTube TV to watch like, Raw, SmackDown, and everything
Okay.
else. So like I'm watching it on my TV while watching it on my phone to make content. And I'm like I just couldn't stop like watching it in real time and then watching what I just watched
It's like you
in
have
real time
like two
over again.
monitors, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I know. I got to get a setup, something like that soon. I have a
Yeah.
puppy. I have a puppy in my house, in my room, really, where she stays and everything, Bailey. So, like, she's just like, if I'm not like near her or on bed with her and stuff like that, she gets all bent out of shape. So I have to like go in another room to do these YouTube videos and podcasts with you guys
Mm,
because otherwise she'll
yeah.
be just barking her head off and shit. But Yeah, man. Nah, it was just oh god, I couldn't stop watching what I was watching. It was such a great match.
Yeah, for sure. But before I give my thoughts on this match, we got a third guest. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Wolf
Hey!
Ferris.
Wolfie man, how you doing,
Whoa,
buddy?
with the Grogu shirt and all.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
Don't
No,
worry,
it's all
man.
good,
We just
buddy.
started.
We just started. You couldn't have picked a better fucking time. So
Yep.
Swerve and Darby, what were your thoughts on this match?
Okay, so from what I saw, the match was good. Like something I would expect out of both Darby and Swerve.
Yeah, it was definitely a fucking banger. Like
Yeah,
that was
like,
that was a
I
good pairing.
yeah, it was really good. And I feel like this is relevant information. I know that on July 19th, I know that the kid that was like friends with Darby, Nick Wayne, I think his name is, he will debut on Dynamite, and his first opponent will be Swerve.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
So
shit, he turned 18 that quick?
I'm definitely excited. I think I actually like that Swerve is like involved with Darby and like all that. I definitely would like to see more Swerve and Darby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be. Get ready. We will be for sure.
Yeah,
For
that was
sure.
good. I didn't watch it live because I was eating, but it seemed like a normal match, like you would expect from two talents.
Yeah, it seems like a match that you would expect.
Yeah,
But
it was good. It was just good.
yeah, for sure. I actually think it was better than good. I think it was great.
Yeah,
But
4 out of 5. 5 out of 5. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Good? Not even close.
Yeah,
Great.
good.
Yeah, it was
Superb.
pretty good. It was
Like Motor Torque said, should have been main event than watching those two fossil fuels end the night of a spectacular night of wrestling off. I mean, Jesus, we were watching two men decay in the ring, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, like fucking. I like also since Brian Cage re-signed, how he's in this stable with Swerve now.
Yeah.
I do think Brian Cage works with Swerve. I think it's a good addition to the Mogul affiliates.
Yeah, I think that's a great addition, and it gives a muscle for this little stable, and it also gives Brian Cage fucking something to do. He looks great too. Great fucking shape. But yeah, so great spots as well. Darby wins with like I think they call it the Last Supper, where it's a weird pin combination. And he gets the win, which I guess we could expect gives Darby a lot of momentum towards the Four Pillars Fatal 4-Way, which we might be getting. Well, no, we will be getting a Double or Nothing. And out comes the man with the Triple B, MJF.
Triple B, the God himself, graced us with his presence. Let me take it real quick from you there, Willie. The God himself, the true tribal chief. I don't know what these Roman fans are talking about when they say acknowledge him. Acknowledge the man, the real devil, the salt of the earth, Long Island's own MJF. Okay, graced us with his presence in Milwaukee. All right, and gave us one of the greatest promos of all time, like he always does, showing off that Triple B and a beautiful, might I say, chef's kiss, beautiful blue suit.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I liked how it was a bit of a callback to their 2020 feud, where it's like you're half dead, you're emo, Sting's your daddy, fucking all this bullshit. And then Darby responds back.
Yeah.
And I forget most of what he said, but
one thing, it was more like it was mostly like dunking on MJF's morals and all that. And saying,
yeah,
everybody does.
One thing I did like about MJF, which I absolutely agree with him was when he mentioned Full Gear 2021
Yeah.
and his match with Darby Allen. He said it was one of the greatest matches like in this industry.
For
I
sure.
agree with that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, it was really good. From others' perspective, it was cinema.
Hunter, I just gave my thoughts. Brian Cage re-signing with AEW is a great choice, and now he's in this stable with Swerve, and I think it's absolutely amazing, giving Brian Cage an even more better position. But about this MJF promo, yeah, it was mainly ducking on his morals, being like, all you care about is the championship, but guess what? I don't care about anything but the championship either, or something about that. And then these guys are having great back and forths. And then MJF says, like, you were great back then, but now you are nothing more than Sting's bitch. And then
Sting's
guess who
bitch.
comes out? Guess
Yes.
who comes out? It
The
is
man of the
Sting.
hour.
So sorry, I'm just also looking at Twitter. There's apparently some breaking news, but that can wait until
That
after.
can wait because I assume it's about Punk. We'll wait.
No, it is not
Oh,
even
no?
about AEW.
Oh shit. But yeah, we'll wait on that.
We'll wait until after our review.
We'll wait until after the review, because I bet you after the review the chat will be even more excited anyways.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Sting comes out, gives like a nice little tribute to Ric Flair and the NWO. Actually, before that, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, this like daddy daycare shit. I'm more like a cheerleader. And my man's like spitting out pom-poms everywhere.
and
I
then
love
he's like saying like, "Oh, I'll stop if you stop talking about this Cody daycare." I'm like,
It's like, you had a cheerleader and look, and fucking I'm a
Where is he
cheerleader for
now?
Darby. Yeah, it's like, where is he? Where is he, buddy?
He's getting pulverized by Roman Reigns right now in the WWE and Vince McMahon.
Getting his ass beat by Brock
That's what's
Lesnar for
happening.
20 minutes.
Yep.
I did like this Sting promo. I saw that promo by Sting. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is cooking.
Yeah.
My man's bringing back Joker's Sting for one night only.
Let's do it. No, man, this was a great promo. Like,
Yeah?
honestly,
Yeah.
all of them was great. I can't wait to see Darby and MJF get back in the ring together. Honestly, to your point, to both of your points about that match being one of the best ones that we probably have ever seen in professional wrestling, it's for sure up there with a Michaels match or Stone Cold and a Rock or Triple H or anyone. And yeah, no, I'm excited to see what we get. I mean, I'm curious to see if we're really going to do all four. I know I keep hearing that it's all four in a fatal four and they a double or nothing. I also seen like they're going to be doing single one-offs. Jungle Boy first, maybe, and then Darby at Full Gear, Sammy at like All Out, and whatnot. I don't know what I would prefer more. I mean, of course, I'm excited to see all of them get in there and really tear each other apart for that Triple B that my tribal chief is holding. But at the same time, it's just like. I don't know if that's something that that could work out more on MJF's favor, or is it the odds are really going to be stacked against him in such a match like that? Because Jungle Boys and Darby and Sammy, as much as we like to hash a lot of hatred towards Sammy Guevara over here sometimes. Sammy's still very athletic. He's crazy. He's really wild, and he's one of those guys that could take you by surprise. So with him and Darby and Jungle all against one man, the Big King himself. It might be a big competition for my Triple B winner to get out of there alive.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I like how they're, like I said in our last review, I like how they're giving everybody like one-on-one promo battles with
Yes.
MJF. We had Jungle Boy 2 weeks ago. We had Darby last night. I'll bet you next week we'll probably see Sammy, and then the week after we'll probably get all four in the same ring again. But I like how they're giving everybody their spotlight, and
Correct.
like I like this improvement by Tony Khan in recent weeks. The homegrown talent are now finally getting their moments, and this four pillars fatal four way is a great example because 6 months ago we would have been like, we want someone like a Jungle Boy to get an opportunity. Where's Darby Allen's?
Right.
Sammy Guevara, I wouldn't say it, but a lot of people have been. So
It's a
now
tricky
they're all getting
situation. You
their
know what
chance.
I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
And now they're all getting their chance. And
Yeah.
having Sting involved in this
Oh,
promo
it
to
just
really
hypes it.
hype up Darby Allen, it really
Yeah.
helps for Darby. And yeah, I mean, I liked this from start to finish. I didn't want this promo battle to fucking end.
Yeah. Seriously. No, it was great. It was great. And I'm excited to see what we get. I mean, Double or Nothing is a little while away, a little more than a month away at this point. So, you know, and it's funny. Me and Sam were just talking about it. He's like, you know, about a month away. And again, kind of like how we had Full Gear last year. We didn't really get the card until like a week or two prior to the actual pay-per-view. And I wonder if they're going to do that formula going forward. I mean, they have a lot of talent in general that is definitely earning a spot at Double or Nothing. You know, Outcasts and the women's division matches that we've been getting lately with the ladies, Valkyrie and Jade Cargill for sure, MJF and the other three that you know, they're not going to win. I'm sorry to spoiler alert, they ain't winning. You know, and
Might be getting Jericho and Garcia versus Keith Lee
Yeah.
and Adam Cole.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot. So
who's
this
not
Double or
winning?
Nothing, and in Vegas too, mind you, where really all the sinners come to play, it's going to be a very, very, very good pay-per-view. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
just as good as Revolution. And you know, like I said in the beginning of the year, when Revolution came, and I'm going to continue to it, I'm going to hold myself to the word. If Tony Khan and Mr. TK can keep giving us these matches and TV shows and pay-per-views that are absolutely elite, you know, best booker of the year has to be Tony Khan. I'm sorry, Triple H, but you know, you're outnumbered.
Wrestling Observer newsletter would already vote him Booker of the Year anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Wolf, what were you gonna say?
Wait, who I might have missed? Who's not winning?
Oh, the other three, Jungle Boy, Darby, and Sammy. It's
Yeah,
MJF. Come on.
Oh,
MJF
You know,
is
the
definitely
king.
gonna
Come
hold
on.
it
As
in
long as we
2024.
beat everybody in the men's division in WWE, you know, my tribal king.
I mean, I would
Another
personally choose Darby, but I'm biased, so
Yeah, no, you know what though? I kind of agree with that too. Like, I'm cool with Darby or Jungle Boy winning. I think either one of them hold a really good. I think they would look really great with the AEW belt and finally get that big push in that you know, main card spot that they've been definitely working for such a long time. Especially Darby. Darby's been one of my favorites
Darby's
as well.
been
Wolf.
amazing.
Yeah, like he really has grown into his own, even without Sting by his side. I mean, just look at his TNT belt defenses alone. Buddy Matthews, Kushida, Samoa Joe, back-to-back Samoa Joes. Like, you know, that's a hard feat for someone of his size and caliber and to do. You know, he's a very high-flying, crazy man, kind of like Sammy is, but, you know, he can kind of tone it down and really get technical at times. And Darby, I would think, would look great with the belt. You know, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what and who is going to retain. Of course, I want my king, but you know,
For
I get it.
Double or Nothing, I will slightly disagree. I don't think we're gonna see Adam Cole and Keith Lee versus Jericho and Garcia. I think we're going to see only Adam Cole versus only Chris Jericho.
And I'm more fine with that than the tag match.
I think they're going to go back for him to deal with Swerve.
Oh, that's right, because of what happened later on in the show with Swerve.
I think so too.
Cameraman. Yeah. Yes, I completely forgot about that. Wolf, you're right. It seems like we're gonna go back to that Keith Lee and Swerve match.
Honestly, good, because I was.
Yeah, did they not even have a one-on-one? Like, did they have a one-on-one match before Keith Lee and Swerve? Or am I mistaken?
Yet.
Not yet. No.
Okay,
not
so
yet.
Double or Nothing will be the best pay-per-view for that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Have Keith and Swerve.
Yeah, and in the build-up, Keith can like fight Brian Cage or something.
Yeah, Keith Lee and Brian Cage on a Dynamite. Oh, I big meaty men slapping meat. But yeah, no.
Always a sight to see.
But speaking
Fucking
of
great.
TNT title,
Big meaty men.
next comes our TNT title match, which
Didn't last too long, did
didn't
it?
matter.
We
Yeah.
knew it wouldn't. It was like Silas Young. Who the fuck is this guy? It's like Conor
But
McGregor.
more
Who the fuck is
importantly,
that guy?
was what happened afterwards, um, which I was like questioning at first, but
They showed
it
like a
makes
little
sense.
thing on the Tron where Powerhouse pulls up in this big car, and it's like, it'd be a shame if anything were to happen to it. And then Wardlow comes out and destroys the fucking car.
Destroys the car,
Same way Brock destroyed
flips
Cody.
it over, and then comes out, fights Hobbs. So that might be another match for Double or Nothing. Wardlow
Next Wednesday.
Hobbs.
Oh, next Wednesday. That's right. They are gonna have that match.
Next Wednesday.
Oh right, I forgot. Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
So but they could also make a more extreme match if they do a rematch or something.
Oh yeah, no, I would love to see an extreme match between those two giants.
Yeah.
I mean, those two need to definitely get to take some steam off.
Here's the thing. I hope that they don't make Wardlow win again.
Why?
I don't know if they will.
They could. I mean, they could make Powerhouse a transitional champion again. Remember, TNT title, hot potato, hot potato.
I wanna see what you guys have to say, because Motor pointed this out before. He said that hold on, let me get to the actual chat. He said Wardlow should have been moved down to ROH and face Claudio and become the ROH heavyweight champion.
Now, he should definitely fight for the belt.
Right.
But become the champion? No. He also says, I'm mad about Wardlow and Hobbs again. Me too. Have someone else fight for the TNT title that's worth it. Like you got a whole division full of guys, and this was my problem with this Silas Young guy. And one of my biggest criticisms on AEW for years. Why are we having random ass fucking people fight for belts and calling it an open challenge when you have a whole fucking division full of fucking guys and an extra Ring of Honor roster?
It's majority of people from Elevation and Dark. That's what these matches are, and that's what.
So these guys are actually AEW guys.
Yeah. So that seems to be another big issue for Tony Khan, and at least for me, is that a lot of these one-offs matches with like a Silas Young or I don't know anybody else really,
Warner or whatever the fuck his name is
at this point, but anybody like that, do really, really well in Elevation and Dark and show that they're worth that main card talent, and then immediately go to Dynamite. And I think that's where Tony's getting it wrong. If they push them more to a Rampage setting, or even push them to a Ring of Honor to start really getting more work in to get to that Dynamite. Like I feel like Dynamite is the Monday Night Raw of AEW. And if that's what Tony's trying to make it out to be, and Rampage be its SmackDown type show, its B show, then Dynamite needs to be a well worth being on it and not have these one-off moments like a Silas Young and a Hobbs. Like clearly, I mean, the match was over in less than 5 minutes?
I think it was less than 3.
Yeah, so
it seemed like it.
Point made. You know what I mean? Like those, like nobody care. I didn't even realize. I know I took a photo of the picture and tweeted it or whatever. Like, who's ready for Dynamite? And I was like, who the hell is Silas Young? And then I looked back and I was like, oh right, he was on Elevation and Dark. I don't even pay attention to that. And I'm like,
I watched the entrances. Mainly Powerhouse's entrance.
Right.
And I was on my phone when the match started, and then I heard the bell when it ended. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. I didn't even know it started. I didn't even know it finished.
Me neither.
I was just like, okay, that was quick. And,
I do know. I'm thinking there are 2 people who are both aligned with each other, hilariously, that could be good next challengers for the TNT title. As for next week, I do think Hobbs will win. Just because I feel like probably QT Marshall will like cause shenanigans and cost
of course
Wardlow. As for the two next challengers that I think would work, mainly one person who just came back, I think Luchasaurus would be good for the
Not bad.
TNT.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
Or
choice.
Christian Cage.
Christian Cage. I want Christian to have another title reign. I
Yeah.
want him to be TNT champion. But I don't know. I think it would be mainly Luchasaurus getting that
Yeah,
shot. I
I
don't
think
think they'll give it to
Luchasaurus would
Christian Cage.
probably make more sense.
I think Christian Cage is the cheerleader for Luchasaurus. Get him some fucking pom-poms.
Maybe if Cage really
that's
wants
funny.
the title in his hands, like somehow, maybe Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
would
be a
win.
Paul Heyman, Luchasaurus is TNT champion, and have Christian come out with the title in his hands.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But
Um,
that's like the biggest thing is, like you said, Willie, it's hot potato for this TNT belt. And,
yeah,
that becomes an issue. Like I know we've talked about it before and stuff with so many titles and how much does each title actually represent to certain wrestlers and stuff like that. And what weight does it actually hold when they win it, if they're going to just be dropped immediately after a week or a day or 2 days, after the fact that they just won it. So yeah, I'm curious to see who will win. I mean, Hobbs would be the better choice and everything. And I mean, I feel like, yeah, definitely maybe Double or Nothing is where we'll get Wardlow and him again, maybe in a more Extreme Rules, like Wolf was saying, which would be really nice. But I don't know, maybe Wardlow going to ROH isn't a bad idea. He's served a good purpose in the Dynamite area for a while. And nothing really is happening to him, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like, going down to ROH isn't a downgrade. You have a lot of great superstars down there that you could definitely work with and grow from, Brian Cage being one of them. And them going at it would be really cool. Him having
Big meaty
two other
men.
tag team members like a Mark Briscoe or maybe somebody from the Lucha Bros or something could do that with Wardlow. He kind of joins that faction in some sense, or he creates his own faction. I mean, Wardlow's not an idiot. He could definitely do his own thing, and he's talented enough to do it. But yeah, maybe ROH isn't a bad idea. Possibly for an ROH championship belt down the line to prove that this wasn't a bad choice for him to go to ROH and maybe slightly come back to a Dynamite or a Rampage show to show off, maybe if Hobbs is still champion at this point, that he's done better without him being in the feud and everything. So I don't know. It could work out in Wardlow's position, down the road for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So
After this,
is the match that I think stole the night.
Should have been the main event.
Should have been the main event, yes. Orange Cassidy versus Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
This match was insane.
Give them their flowers. This was fire from the
fact
get-go.
that the fact that Orange Cassidy was fighting with a broken hand.
He was selling that injury. Great.
What's it called? Superman punches.
They call it the orange punch or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But like the fact and like Buddy being brutal, stomping on that injured hand, with Julia like just watching with glee.
Do it again! Do it again!
What's it called? But then like especially the ending where Buddy does the curb stomp.
Yeah.
And Cassidy kicks out. I'm like, huh?
Wow. Yeah, I thought it was over for him too. I did.
Yeah,
I was like,
I genuinely, I personally would have loved to see Buddy win, but
my favorite part of the match was when Buddy attempted a curb stomp, but he stops at the ropes because Orange tries to hit the Superman punch, and then he goes down, and then Buddy hits the curb stomp afterwards. Yeah, I think that was like great in-ring coronation for both men.
For sure.
When it comes to like singles, like gold and stuff, I at first when I think of House of Black, like doing like singles title, I actually thought Malachi would be the choice to dethrone Orange Cassidy or like try to dethrone Orange Cassidy. But But actually, I'm totally fine with it being Buddy. Buddy, I think would really do well with some singles, and maybe if they want to like build up uh
Buddy and
everyone
Malachi.
yeah, if they want to build up Malachi to get singles gold, he can go for world title.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't have been mad if Buddy dethroned Orange here. I think
Yeah.
Orange has had a great reign, is having a great reign, I should say. And I think someone like Buddy holding that belt.
I also think this won't be over. I think we will get Buddy versus Orange Cassidy.
We gotta run it back. We have
They
to run
must.
it back.
You want to
Yeah.
know how
It
many
was
tweets
too
I've
good
seen?
for
At the
one-off.
end when Buddy was like saying this close, I'm like, oh, that they're totally doing
Yeah,
this
because he
again.
tried the Murphy's Law, and then Orange did like a little roll
Did
up,
like some like
Mousetrap.
fancy roll up.
kind of like a crucifix, not really, a
Yeah.
backslide. Like fuck. He barely survived, Buddy.
Barely
Murphy.
survived that. Yeah,
They need to run that back.
they have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
But 5 stars, bro.
For sure.
6.
6.
10.
yeah. We can keep going for sure. No, it was great. It was great from
It
start to
was
finish.
incredible.
Exactly. I really
It
don't
was
have
one
much to add to it. but
all
I
in.
want more.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
Buddy would get so many pops at All In, especially if he won the belt.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Oh,
great.
that would be so great. But yeah, no, I mean, if you were to tell me a year or two ago that Orange Cassidy, Mr. Hands in his pockets, light ass kicks that gets everybody all riled up, thumbs up, man, would become probably the most prestigious champion, the man who defends a title the most, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Ain't no way fucking Orange Cassidy even touching a championship. And then boom, there he is.
Yeah, he's been insane. Like,
But yeah, no, 5 fucking stars. That was a
Yeah.
great match. Should have been the main event, not Keith Lee and Jericho, but
Not those fossil fuels, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no.
next match, the squash match.
squash
Blackpool
match.
Combat.
No. That wasn't next.
Oh, no.
Next,
missing
what you
one of the
missed the
biggest
best
moments.
part of the show. Well, not the best part, but the best
Oh
segment
wait,
of the
no,
show.
never mind.
Ethan Page.
Right.
Ethan Page coming out being like,
I'm
hey,
sorry. I'm
Matt
looking
Hardy's
because it didn't
dick.
say it didn't. It
Matt
only
Hardy, you
showed the
bitch.
matches when what I'm looking at.
Matt Hardy, what's going on
Yes,
with the
I'm
fucking contract?
so sorry. That is a disgrace. Okay.
You almost
Yes.
missed the greatest.
I forgot
moment of
because
the
what I'm looking
show.
at is just the results of like the matches and stuff. I'm like,
Oh, I'm on the
got it.
results of every segment
yeah,
and
I'm
every
sorry. Yes.
match. It's all good.
Wow. Thank God that Ethan Page is getting what he deserves.
Getting his ass whooped. But
Matt Hardy.
MJF is the man. That's what I'm talking about. In the
And
Yeah,
that
JoJo,
private
man.
party guy that I
Thank
totally forgot his name, but
Thank you. Real king.
Matt Hardy and what's his fucking name? Isaiah Cassidy.
maybe I don't know.
Someone
but-
from Private Party was there.
Isaiah Cassidy, yes.
Isaiah Cassidy, and Matt Hardy's like, hey, we have a match. Our next match, if I win, myself and Private Party are not going to be a part of the firm no more. And because you lost to Hook, that means that we have this match to where we can get out of the firm. And then they try to attack Ethan Page, and then Big Billy and Lee Moriarty go to attack Matt.
I think Stokely was there, but
no, that wasn't Stokely. That was Lee Moriarty, I think his name is.
I thought they were both there. I'm sorry.
No, Stokely's hurt apparently.
Oh,
And
right.
then
Stokely's
His
injured.
pride's been taken away after Hook beat him up.
His manhood is gone.
So, and then after like
Hook.
I was expecting like when it was happening, I was like, okay, because I knew like Jeff was backstage.
Me too. We all
And
knew.
so at first, I thought, okay, Jeff is gonna come deal with these guys. No, first we got Hook coming out. I'm
That
like,
was to probably make you think like, oh fuck, he's not gonna come out.
yeah, and
And then
then
He
it's
ain't
Jeff
called
doing it. They're
already
not
comes
pulling the
out.
trigger on this.
nope. And then Hook
Yeah,
comes
I
out and
find
attacks
that really
everybody.
cool. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Double or Nothing we see Ethan Page, Lee Moriarty, Big Bill against the Hardys and Hook.
I'm thinking maybe it would be the Firm with Stokely against the Hardys, Private Party, and Hook. You could do it blood and guts or something like
And
that. That would be decent. I don't fucking know, but yeah, and then that's to me. Hook coming out makes you think, oh no, they're not gonna fucking have Jeff come out, and then Big
yeah.
Billy and
Actually, I just
Lee-
remembered that there was like reports that Jeff is like, despite him coming back, Jeff is still like recovering from a surgery. So
Eye surgery. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so he's
I got
so
something
I
to say
think they're
though.
gonna like make him only do like segments and stuff, or like accompanying. I don't
Yeah.
think they'll like wrestle too
I
much.
I hope that I hope that continues. And hold on, before everyone starts telling me I'm an idiot and I don't know nothing, let me explain. I think Jeff coming back to the wrestling business, I think might be a bad idea currently right now for him. Just coming out of recovery and being sober and being healthier now than what he was, going back into an extreme sport like wrestling, like what he loves, where a lot of his demons lie, is actually a bad idea for him. If he comes back and maybe does something of like a training position, starts putting over more people, not really doing on TV stuff and a lot less more crazier spots, I think that could work out better for him. Mind you, the man just got out of a DUI situation that, not for nothing, and this is where I'm going to start getting a lot of heat for, he should have been put in jail. He got very, very lucky. Okay? He
Yeah.
got very lucky that he didn't hurt nobody when he was driving intoxicated. He got very lucky that he didn't spend a lot of time in jail. He got very lucky that Tony Khan was willing to bring him back into the business that he desperately, desperately loves.
But of
And I
course,
get
Tony
it.
Khan would bring him back. I mean, Jeff
Well,
Hardy's
I mean,
a
he
draw.
suspended him pretty quickly. He suspended him pretty quickly when it was
He
all said
suspended
and
Punk
done.
pretty quickly too.
Oh,
And
that
Punk's
too.
like the
And
moneymaker.
I have something with Punk as well later on. But
I think the thing is, I think Matt helped.
oh, for sure.
I think probably because maybe Matt like saw that Jeff was like going through rehab and everything, and like,
Yeah, I think Matt was probably convincing Tony, being like,
yeah,
"Hey,
and
listen,
Matt
buddy,
was like helping.
you might
Jeff.
be trying to fire him, but he's doing pretty well. Give him one more chance.
Yeah.
And if he fucks up, then I won't stand in your way. You can fucking fire him."
Yeah.
That's what I would
Yeah,
say if I was Matt. Though I'd be
I
like,
would
"Give him
just
one more
say that
chance. If he fucks up again, fire
yeah,
his ass."
I don't know. I think if, I get it. And listen, I was very happy to see Jeff last night. Don't think that this takes away from his moment that he came back. He came back. He looked great. He had a beautiful swanton bomb. I even tweeted about it. Like, I'm
He
very
looks great,
happy.
bro.
I'm very happy. He looks very healthy. He looks very different than where he left us. Absolutely. I'm not saying that his recovery isn't moving in a positive forward motion. I just think that maybe it isn't his time to come back just yet. I think maybe if I was Tony Khan, I am not. I'm just some guy on the internet that talks with everybody else who's on the internet about wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
But if I was Tony Khan and I had a decision like that to make, I think it'd be better for business to not bring him back so quickly. I think maybe giving him a year, if not two, of a full recovery and then slowly bringing him back in was maybe better than to have him come back right at, mind you, he just got out of eye surgery like 2 weeks ago, and he's still in recovery. And then he's also still in recovery for rehab. I think he's on an outpatient whatnot now, but mind you, he's still in recovery in many aspects. And this is a business that has put him in that recovery and rehab situation time and time and time again. We saw it with TNA. We saw it with WWE. We even saw it with AEW. It's a possibility that it could happen again, whether it's a year from now, 6 months from now, possibly a week from now. And I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. But at the same time, it's like, this is the business that did put him in that predicament. This is the business that he's willing to literally risk his life, his child's life from not seeing him anymore, his wife's life, the relationships that he's built, all of the things that make Jeff Hardy who we love today in jeopardy. And bringing him back to this business very quickly is, I don't think, a good idea. I think it's great. I'm happy to see him back. He looks great. He looks healthy. And I'm very excited to see him back in action. But I think maybe a year or two from now would have been a better choice than seeing him right after an eye surgery and 2 months, mind you, maybe even 3 from his whole court situation. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I think if you waited a year from now, I don't think he would be in any shape to wrestle anymore anyways. Not gonna lie.
That's okay too, though.
Yeah.
Because he's done his thing. He's done his thing. Look what he's given us.
Yeah.
He's given us over 20 years of memorable, monumental wrestling moments that any of us can go back in, whether it's on the Peacock Network, on YouTube. But, you know, it's just...
In my opinion, he's part of a tag team
that really could put him back in the danger zones. What'd you say?
In my opinion, he's part of a tag team that's on the Mount Rushmore of tag teams.
Exactly. He's on mine. He's on mine.
And he's on mine too. But this is the business that made him become an addict. This is the business that he's willing to risk his life for. This is the business that could put him back in the situation that he just got out of. I don't want to see Jeff 6 months, a year from now, fucked up. I don't want to see him back on the news, back on Ringside News, doing another sobriety test in the middle of fucking Milwaukee or in the middle of Los Angeles or wherever he's driving to, inebriated again. And if
London.
he is, the possibility that he could, hurt somebody with that as well. You know, there's a lot of risk factors for doing what he did. You know, I get it. He's a legend. He's done a lot for the business, especially in the tag team division. He is probably, like we all just said, on the Mount Rushmore of tag team for all of us here. There is no dispute with that. He is the extreme of Team Extreme between the two of them. Matt, not so much. Jeff Hardy was willing to put himself through double tables, ladders, cells, jumping off the top of entrances in
production
SummerSlam.
trucks.
Yeah, like the man's he literally in AEW jumped off the top of a ceiling onto Sting. Like, come on, guys. Like, you gotta realize this is the man that is willing to risk his life to give us the entertainment that we so crave out of him. And again, I know I'm sounding like it sounds like a bad tune, but it's a very exciting moment. It's a very scary moment though at the same. And I just I really hope and pray that this time, that 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th time that he's been in rehab, that this time finally sticks. I know Matt said that this time it's a lot different. He's even seen that he's made a lot different progress than he has previously. But mind you, before the DWI, or the DUI, I should say, Matt and his wife had to literally have Jeff sleep in the middle of their bed at a wedding because they were worried because he was trying to go get alcohol. So if you have to do all of that and then bring him to the business that's willing to do that for him, it's almost a bad idea. But we shall see.
Have a take, and Sean is saying is probably the same thing. I think this might be the last run for Jeff Hardy.
And that's okay.
And possibly Matt too, I think.
But that's okay then.
I think you give them...
I think Matt was like asking Tony to bring Jeff back so they could have one last run together.
Right.
And then they will probably retire.
Because the last time they didn't really get that run. Like, they were together, 2 months, and then Jeff did what he did.
Yeah.
I think one good run with AEW that lasts a year and a half. Then Jeff and Matt ride off into the sunset together. Maybe face a great team. I don't know who. You could literally choose anybody for them to have their last AEW match with. Give them a short and sweet run with the AEW tag belts like they were supposed to last year. There you go. Here's my take about Jeff Hardy. It's great to see him back. I've been very vocal on, him being behind the wheel, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say this. If he's going to be brought back, I think Jeff should tone down the extreme spots.
Same.
100%. Don't dive off stupid fucking shit. Just do top turnbuckle shit through tables. That's it. I think that's the most you should do. I don't want to see my man fucking flying off the rafters. I don't see my man flying off the ceiling or off the top of a Titantron. I think it's way too late for him to be doing shit like that, because if he does that, he's going to be in a lot of pain and he's going to want to take those fucking painkillers again and drink a lot of booze. I think he should just tone down the spots, and I think he should be fine at least for a year and a half, and then he can retire.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
So that's my take on all that.
Yeah. So I believe now we can get to towards the squash match.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, chat's going wild. I don't know if you guys are reading what's going on the right side of your screen.
I'm just not acknowledging it, my man.
The chat, listen, before Motor Torque was getting it the last time, now Neil's getting it. Bro, everyone's wild over here today.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. DMs are a thing. I want to be positive here on the public chat on this channel. Please calm down. Don't attack fucking people. Otherwise, hey man, I might have to start banning people from the chat, and I don't want to be doing that. I love you all. Anyways, Wolf?
So before this match, we get a video segment of Kenny Omega addressing what happened and saying, and just talking about like blood for blood, and then saying that's probably what you guys want.
Blood and guts.
Next time I see you, it's gonna be worse. So then we get the squash match of Blackpool Combat Club, Moxley and Claudio versus Michael Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler.
Like they're still employed. Like it's all good.
The match lasts for like a minute.
Yep.
And then we get Kenny Omega is there. That surprised me, honestly. I was like actually shocked that Kenny
because they were like, could it be? He said he wasn't even here.
Yeah, and then like Moxley was coming out. I thought, oh, are we getting like a brawl between Kenny and Moxley? And then the Bucks are there, both of them. I'm like, didn't Mike Jackson have to be like out for like a few weeks, like 2 months almost?
Oh, now I'm encouraging DM arguments. Whoops.
So
I
think it was like
I gotta
6
say
weeks.
this real quick.
I
I'm sorry.
said like Matt Jackson would be out.
Yeah, I thought they said like he had like a separated shoulder or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe like he like recovered enough to do it.
Maybe it was just a sprain, and he's fine.
He could still do like a super kick thing.
Maybe it was just a segment to build up All In or something. I don't know. Maybe blood and guts over there. I like the fact that Hangman wasn't there, because it kind of reminds me of like, will they, won't they? Kind of like what we got with Kevin and Sammy earlier in the year, where it's like Hangman wronged them in the past, and now slowly but surely the Elite are going to allow Hangman back in.
The thing is, here's two things that involve this whole situation with Hangman. One, I think Hangman wasn't there because he's still like recovering from his eyes getting gouged out by Danielson. Two,
and being called an amateur.
Two, the thing is,
saying nobody loves him.
The problem isn't with the Elite and with Hangman. The problem is with Hangman and Kenny. And the thing is, I'm a little worried because Kenny has still not seen the footage of Full Gear, I think 2021. I don't know, that time when Kenny and Hangman were fighting for the title and the Bucks
Yeah.
did not do anything to save Kenny.
Matt Jackson was
let
literally
him-
like nodding, being like, fuck him up, take the belt.
Yeah. And like part of me thought like Callis would like kind of like sneak his way. All right, see ya, Sean. What's it called? I thought like Callis would like sneak his way and like ultimately show Kenny the footage, and Kenny would fight Hangman and maybe join Blackpool Combat Club.
Kenny and
But
Blackpool.
no, then we got Callis getting apparently his head split open by Moxley. So I don't know now. Maybe now we get the Elite, including Hangman, versus the entirety of Blackpool Combat Club at like, I don't know, Double or Nothing or All In.
It has to be Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
A TV spot wouldn't make it do justice. As much as we might want it as quickly as a TV spot, I'd rather see it a Double or Nothing, and I'd rather see all these men really go at each other.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
It deserves to
I
be
don't
in a
compare right now
pay-per-view.
with one another. I kind of want to see. I want to see Blackpool Combat Club and on All Elite go at each other the same way. You know, it's definitely something that
maybe like as a build-up, we could see Moxley and Danielson versus Hangman and Omega.
I would love to see Hangman and Omega reunite as like a cohesive unit, like they were in the beginning when they were tag team champions, and to see their chemistry come back, even if it's like a will they coexist. I wouldn't care because I like seeing Hangman and Omega on my screen at the same time. But this story is probably one of the best aside from the Four Pillars going on right now.
100%.
I think this is
Like the
great.
main story.
Yeah, it seems like the main story.
I do, and then the fact that like the Bucks like also like took out the screwdriver, said to Kenny, and Kenny was willing to like
oh
hit-
yes,
Gouge
Moxley with
Moxley's
that
eye out.
flashbacks, boys, flashbacks.
Long-term booking, motherfuckers, from like 2019.
But yeah, who should Soraya face
Brett.
at All In? Hater.
Jamie.
Really? I would say Brett.
One-on-one Hater.
I think they give Soraya a one-on-one opportunity for the belt, and Soraya takes it with shenanigans.
Yeah, I think also they would
Wow,
like
I
both
like
be
that.
like hometown heroes, so like I think it like makes sense.
That's delicious.
Oh yeah, All In definitely, because Hater and Soraya, yeah, like you
Yeah,
said,
they would both be
home country,
Home
hometown.
country,
Yeah, that'd be perfect match.
yeah.
Both women would get insane pops. Insane.
My ears are bleeding from all the screaming right now as we speak about it.
All the chanting. Yeah.
I
think
could
that'd
see
be
like
great.
Double or Nothing, maybe like a one-on-one Hater and Soho, but
I could see it being Soho, especially after that heel turn at Revolution. Definitely.
yeah.
Speaking of Ruby Soho, she teams with Tony Storm to take on Riho
Sky Blue and
Sky
Riho.
Blue. Sky Blue is all
this
elite.
was also like a little squash, like not as
I'm gonna
squash,
admit,
like
you guys, I didn't watch this match. I didn't give a shit.
Ah, come on, Willie!
I didn't care.
Willie, what happened?
I saw the match. It was
What
better than
happened?
the
Oh
one
my
before.
God,
Willie! But yeah, it was kind of obvious who would win. Then
Yeah, sorry, Sky Blue, you're still losing.
Afterwards, Hater and Baker both came out and
came out charging.
it was good that they're fighting. I really don't. I feel like I don't know how they're going to like deal with like Hater and Baker. Like I would expect like a 6 like woman tag maybe at Double or Nothing, but like we need someone to like
We need a title match.
yeah.
I think.
I
I
think
don't
Baker
want
is
all
going
these
to
tags.
The thing is, I don't like even if we got
Baker
like a
and
6
Hater, Double or Nothing. Then we get Soraya and whoever the fuck wins that match at All In. Should be Hater, but you know.
it would be Hater, I think.
Yeah.
I think Baker's definitely going to turn heel soon, though, against Jamie.
Better not join the Outcast though.
Oh please, no
Yeah,
more
no, I
Outcast
think
bullshit,
that would
please.
have to like wait until
Soraya's now spray painting fans at this point. All right, we're done here with this Outcast gimmick.
So I feel like I don't know. At first I was like, is like Sky Blue and Riho gonna like team up with Hater and Baker a lot, and then we need one more person for
The
it's
Outcast.
so confusing, honestly, but like I can't be sure.
Naomi.
Yeah,
Mercedes Monet.
Oh
Bring
my
her in the
god.
mix.
no, I feel like if Trinity goes to
Willow, it would most likely be Willow because she's
Willow,
been the only one.
probably would like.
Willow's probably the only one that would be the third in that group because Willow's been attacked by all the women in the Outcast. So
What, Willow
Yeah.
for the baby faces or for the Outcasts?
Probably
Baby
for the
faces.
baby faces, yeah.
no, baby faces
Or
for
Hater
sure.
and Baker, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The thing
She
is,
would work.
also like Trinity Fatu, if she like goes toward a Tony Khan owned promotion, it would not be AEW. I think it would be ROH.
Yeah.
And going to
Or
fight
go to New Japan.
Athena for the women's title. I think that would be and I think Athena did say she does want to fight Trinity at some point.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Athena and Trinity at one of the Ring of Honor pay-per-views would
Yeah.
genuinely help women's wrestling and put more eyes on Ring of Honor in general. I mean, look at all the women's fans on Twitter. They would lose their mind.
Yep. I'm a part of that club. I love it.
And then I guess now we talk about main event.
Main event
Yes.
of the evening.
Yes. We could always just talk about MJF again. I mean, I'm always down, you know.
Yeah.
Main event
I
of the
mean,
evening.
Keith Lee. I mean, it was kind of like definitely a good like matchup. Keith like
Was
just
mad
like
for me.
steamrolling a bit, like kind of. I mean, the fact that I did like how he like just tossed Garcia in and just clothesline, that gave a clothesline to both of
Double
them.
clothesline, kicking both their asses. Yeah.
It was
I
mad.
like
It was mad.
And
It
then
was
I like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, two things are gonna happen. Either Swerve is going to cost Keith Lee or Adam Cole is going to cost Jericho. Turns out we got Swerve costing Keith Lee, and Adam Cole comes out and gives shade to Jericho. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're totally doing this.
You want to know what I seen? Because you know how there were rumors that Adam Cole was going to debut on the main roster, shave his head, call himself Budge, and be Keith Lee's manager. Everyone was like, oh no, it's Budge. He's going to be Keith Lee's manager.
I'm
But
dead.
yeah,
The internet doesn't forget the NXT
never.
was going to happen. It was going to happen in NXT, and now they're trying to do it in AEW. So let's bring it. Let's get it going.
You
But
can't
not Budge.
escape
Please
Keith
don't give
Lee.
him Budge.
I
Please
Adam,
don't
you
give
just
can't
him
for
escape.
Budge.
Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole. I like just being with Keith Lee and like.
I was so funny because I remember something like, wait, wasn't Adam Cole and Keith Lee supposed to do something in WWE? And then it's like, I saw that on Twitter and I was like, oh, fuck that. Yeah, that's right. Adam Cole was going to be Keith Lee's manager on the main roster.
I think like if anything, probably like a team up, like a tag team maybe or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it does seem like Adam Cole is chill with Keith Lee a lot. So I don't know. Maybe they work with something. But yeah, not much to talk about.
Not much to talk about aside from
a
Adam
standard
Cole
match that
coming
you would expect from Jericho and Keith Lee, and
And that's
Yeah.
good
It was
because
all
Keith
right.
is
It
really
was good.
talented. You know, so both men are very talented. I expected more out of the both of them. I guess they were just tired of,
Yeah,
eating
I
donuts and
think
drinking coffee in the back or something because, they came out. They looked very sluggish. They looked very tired.
it was
Jericho, I saw.
it
You know
was
what's funny
definitely
is,
not a main event match. It was
yeah,
definitely a mid
no, for
card
sure.
match. Like
Someone,
literally switching the international championship match with
Yeah,
Keith Lee and
especially
Jericho
considering
would literally be perfect.
the matches that we had last night with the international title, with Darby
And
and
Swerve, yeah.
Swerve, and with promos like Sting and MJF and
the
like
King
Jeff
MJF.
Hardy coming back. Any of those moments would have been a great ender, aside from Keith Lee and Chris Jericho. If anything, Keith Lee and Chris Jericho had an opener potential to it. Could have opened the
Yeah, I
show.
wouldn't have, but I think with how we got, with what we got, I think it made sense that we open with Darby and Swerve, and then afterwards Swerve is saying, "I still have unfinished business," and
Yeah.
then like middle of the card, Keith Lee and Jericho, Swerve costs Keith Lee, and then main event we could have gotten Orange Cassidy versus Buddy Matthews.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better card.
Now,
I like Swerve getting this spotlight on him
Yeah,
because it's like he kicks off the show and then the middle he says I have unfinished business. The end he costs Keith Lee, gives him the main event feel, and
yeah,
especially
yeah,
like we said,
and
Brian
I
Cage,
think
all that.
Swerve is definitely going to be a future AEW World Champion.
I wouldn't go
Probably
that
the
far.
next,
Definitely a future
not
TNT
the
or
next,
international.
not the next World Champion. Maybe the
Willie, you got to see the vision, man. You got to
next,
see.
I don't
next
see a vision.
maybe like 2-3 reigns later, we do see Swerve taking that world title.
Yeah,
can
Keith
see it.
Lee being the man he takes it from.
Yeah, but Swerve could also go after
Terrible,
Cassidy.
terrible, Willie.
Now it's almost time for me to eat. So, is it okay if I talk about two things now that
Go ahead.
I've discovered? So, still on AEW, there's a little update. As of today, the working plan has been for CM Punk to return on the June 21st episode of AEW Dynamite, which is in Chicago, or at the very least around that time.
Wow.
And
Now you know they're gonna have him return next week. Now that people know that it's specifically June 21st.
And the thing is, another thing is, there have been there has been a meeting between there's like plans for like a meeting between Punk and Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
to,
Jericho
like,
is one of
see if
those
they can
people
work
being
together.
like,
I do
I don't
think
want
I
to work
could
with him.
see Punk and Jericho working together. I think Jericho, like, despite like him like saying like all
I don't want to
that,
work with him. Fuck him. I think Jericho would swallow his pride, being like, okay, I'll
yeah,
make a shit ton of
I
money from
think
this
Jericho would
match.
see like, okay, if he's willing to like like work it back and like calm down and willing to work for the business, then fine, I'll do it. I'll do something with him.
And Jericho would make a shit ton of money from that match, but
Yes,
I don't know.
yes, he would.
Punk, I don't really want him
Dumb,
back.
dumb,
I don't want him back.
mid, straight,
I think as like the
mid.
first feud back, honestly, I'm like before the reports of the Elite not wanting to work with Punk, I genuinely thought that like Punk might either come like help the Blackpool Combat Club or what's it called, come help the Elite and take it. Maybe we get Punk versus Danielson.
Oh,
We
what the
don't need
fuck?
it. We don't need it.
So
need him.
now the breaking
Let me
news.
know. Let me know if this was your breaking news, Wolf. You know King and Queen of the Ring, right?
Yeah.
May
No more.
27th. It's not gonna happen. It's
It
now been
is
changed to
Night of
Night of
Champions.
Champions. You fucking kidding me?
It is
Are we
no
not even gonna have
longer.
the tournament anymore?
I don't know. Maybe they're like going to just
Why
like.
do you forsake me,
It would be so
WWE?
hilarious if they still have
Why
the tournament.
do you
No, no,
hurt
no,
my
no,
soul,
You
no,
WWE?
no.
want to
It would be
know?
so
You want to know
hilarious.
something stupid about that?
Yeah.
Zero News is finally right for once. He
Well,
reported on that.
it's from WWE themselves.
Yeah, and and I saw a bullshit report from
I
Zero
also
News
saw
like
like
2
PW
2 weeks ago.
Insider, Fightful reporting it, and then WWE reporting it. I'm like,
Fucking bullshit.
so
Yeah,
it
and the
would be
reason for
really
that,
hilarious if they still have the tournament and it's just like the
and
finals is still in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia,
it will be
but
funny if
it's
they
not going to
call it.
be dedicated to that. It's going to be Night of Champions and like every title is on the line in Jeddah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna find it funny because the normal premise of Night of Champions is supposed to be every title on the line. Watch like 3 or 4 titles not even be on the fucking line.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
They
I don't
they
know.
wouldn't fit all those
I wanna-
championships in like one
It
fucking
would be,
show.
or even funnier, there would be only title matches and then like maybe finals of King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Or maybe I don't know,
Maybe
maybe
no
they're just
tournament.
maybe
They
they're just
scrap
going
it
to
all
Maybe
do
just
the
skip the
tournaments
pay-per-view. How
on
about that?
like on like normal Raws and SmackDowns. Like they're not gonna do like a pay-per-view dedicated to it.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind, honestly, if it's like if we get it at least, then okay, we don't need to go to Saudi Arabia for
I
it.
just don't understand the point of why would you call it King and Queen of the Ring and then last minute pull out of your ass, oh, actually, we're gonna fucking call it Night of Champions. It's
I
like,
mean, I don't know if it's
what's
gonna
the
be.
point?
I don't know if it's last minute when it's like over a month.
But
It's last minute.
it's last minute
is
now.
so stupid.
So fucking stupid.
But I want to speak briefly on the Punk thing. I I think it's a dumb move for Tony to bring him back. And I think this is a really bad for business idea to bring someone who's caused a lot of issues in AEW, from All Out to then beating up, biting, and attacking superstars,
Throwing
to
fucking
then going,
chairs.
throwing chairs, then going on social media and bitching about it, having even Moxley having to talk about it on on the Paquette show. And yes, I'm going to have a watch along for Backlash. But yeah, like, hey, listen, I'm a multitasker, man. I can do it all. So yeah, no, I think it's a really bad move for business. Kind of, same thing with Jeff. It's a bad business decision. I get it. CM Punk will bring in a lot of fans. They'll bring a lot of money. And Jericho match will bring in a lot of money. You were 100% right, Willie. This
And
is a
if they
big
do all in,
money match.
if
Which
the
I
elite
get.
manage to like
But Punk is somebody
swallow
that,
things and be like fine for like
yeah,
all
but
in,
Punk's,
maybe.
Yeah, and
Punk's
everyone like swallows their pride being like, you
I
know, how
wouldn't.
everyone's like, All In's
If
not gonna sell out. If
yeah,
CM Punk goes there, there's a chance.
I wouldn't swallow my pride. I wouldn't bite the bullet. I wouldn't care. Tony could double pay me. He could triple pay me. He could give me 4 bonuses in the same day. I would tell him that this is the worst decision he could make in business. This man. Listen, let me just say this. CM Punk's a very talented person, and he's a legend, and he's done a lot for the business, and he had very good points with the WWE situation when he had the whole pipe bomb and everything, and he had very valid points with that. He was fired on his wedding day. I think that WWE was very wrongful for,
I know it was bullshit.
as well as then going on to television and saying that he quit and making fun of him behind his back without anything, not giving him his royalties,
Making fun of his UFC debut on
yeah, like
TV.
that itself, I totally understand him being very upset and having a chip on his shoulder. But then you're going to a brand new business that doesn't really have anything of that type of nonsense, none of that drama that did come with bringing Punk. I mean, we all remember where we were when it was all out, and what he did and how he acted at that conference,
I was
that press
working late.
conference. He literally was eating a muffin and bitched about how EVPs, this, that, and the third.
I work
And then
with
he
fucking
goes
children.
backstage and beats up Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. His partner bites one of the Young Bucks over a dog, and the dog almost got hurt. Like that, right there, I would have been like, not only do you got to get the fuck out of here, but I can't see you. And if he tried to come back in after all of this little Instagram posting and tweeting and whatever else he's been doing to keep us talking about him, I think that right there shows his character. You know, him maybe being like, okay, I'll swallow my pride and I'll come back for business. Yeah, maybe he will. You're right. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll finally be a team player for 6 months. And then
For 6
when
months to a
things
year,
aren't going his way and he's not in the running for the AEW championship, or he's not in the running for main spot, or he's not in the running for whatever he wants, then we're going to get Instagram again. Then we're going to get Twitter. Then we're going to get another press conference. And then is when all the problems come again. And then Tony will be suspending him again. And we're just going to go and continue on with someone who's, mind you, is an adult. These are all adults here, okay? Yeah. We're not dealing with like a backyard wrestling, bunch of buddies in the backyard bullshitting and complaining. We're talking about millions of dollars on the table, sponsorships, the DraftKings deals. We're talking a lot of money on the table here. And for someone who
Ring of Honor ownership.
Yeah, like we've had, and his legacy in Ring of Honor, like not for nothing, his behavior, and I said it on High Side of the Ropes, his behavior of how he's handled himself is tarnished some of his legacy of what he's given us in the ring. And if he wants to come back and then possibly, I'm going to say it's going to happen, give it time, let him cook, because it's going to happen again, where Fragile Phil, I'm sorry, Nick, I got to steal that great phrase from you, but when Fragile Phil decides to be all sensitive again, because it's not his way, it's everyone else's way, including his way, then
my way or the highway.
Then we're going to see him bitch and complain again. And that's where a lot of problems are going to go for Tony, because right now Tony's doing really good without him. Since that All Out, he has been literally cleaning up the mess and has been doing a really great job. We've had an amazing Revolution without him. We're going to have a great Double or Nothing without him. We've been having great Dynamite shows without him. We're even getting better Rampage shows without him. Why? In God, well, it's slowly building up.
Rampage,
give it a minute.
no.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute. It's cooking. Just give it a second.
It's like 50,
it's coming.
It's like
but we're getting a lot of great moments of things without him. We don't need someone like him to come back in there. And I mean, Moxley said it. He's been in indie shows, WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor. He's been everywhere. And he's like, I've never been in a company that is full of so much drama like AEW. I mean, he said it. Hey, John, I'm not pulling it out of my head. Go back. He said it on Renee's thing. I've never been in a company that has so much drama. And that's because of him. That's not because of everybody else around him.
Whoa, it's not like, just Punk. It's Sammy. It's fucking Eddie.
It's Thunder Rosa. It's Eddie. It's a whole bunch of things. Jeff.
People.
You know, it's a lot of other things. But just speaking on Punk, that he is a part of that drama. And if we bring someone back who's willing to talk wildly on Instagram and then delete the post after, but we all are really good at screenshotting it and talking about it because we're reporters and this is what we do, that shit doesn't go away, man.
I do need to go. I'm just going to end with this. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if like going as like part of like
All right, well that was that. Great.
Sorry. No, sorry.
That was a great point.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if like in exchange for like bringing him back, I wouldn't be surprised if like Punk is like never allowed to challenge for like any title ever again.
He won't.
He'll be like in storylines, but like he won't be in like the world title scene like ever again.
He wouldn't want to come back if he didn't at least challenge for the belt.
Like maybe like he'll only get a match with like max, and that's it.
Yeah, because they were supposed to complete the trilogy, so I could see them
Yeah.
having a match with MJF, and then
And then
MJF
like
beats
you're
them.
done, like no more. You're just gonna be in like storylines and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, if that was
I wouldn't bring him
fine,
back.
I wouldn't bring him back either. But yeah, Wolf,
We'll
thank
see
you
what
for being
happens,
on the.
but
Yeah, Wolf,
personally,
thank you
I
for
think
being on the
I'm fine with
stream.
Punk coming back if he's going to be.
I'm not
He's a
all for it.
baby. He's a big old baby.
Here's my take on it.
I will go now. But
All right.
Okay.
You will, Wolf.
Bye. Thank you for being on the stream, brother. Okay, here's my take on it. Yes, Punk coming back will make a shit ton of money. Blah 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 blah. You know, all your ratings will come back, but think about the people in the back. And you want to talk about backstage morale with Vince coming back and people being like, "Well, fuck this company now." I've seen multiple reports of like half of the AEW roster being like, "Sure, let's bring him back." Half being like, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna work with him. I would rather leave than fucking work with that asshole,
Yep.
or even share a locker room with him." So imagine it, like you had Jericho saying it. I think you had Eddie saying it. Don't quote me on that. You have all the elite saying it.
Yep.
Moxley slightly hinting at it.
Right.
So it's like
It's there.
that's all your top guys right there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Who are
Yeah.
you going to have him face? Darby again? Who are you going to have him face? Luchasaurus? Fucking CM Punk?
And he's
You're
not
going
going
to
to
have
sit
him
with that. He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to want to go after MJF.
He's going to want to go after
FTR.
Max. He's going to want to, he's going to want to team with FTR to take on the Elite. He's going to want to face off against whoever's top at the time, whoever's on top of the food chain. And he's not going to want to go down like he did at first with people like Darby and what he did with Eddie and all those motherfuckers, people like Penta. He's going to want to go. Yeah, look where Eddie's at. He's nowhere.
Look where Thunder Rosa's at. And she's the only one that's actually gone back into the women's locker room and apologized for her behavior to every single one of those ladies back there.
And she's not even back.
Britt Baker doesn't want nothing to do with her, which I totally understand. Because if we remember what she did, I mean, all right, what she did, I mean, to an extent, yeah, it's a little bit bullshit. She's willing to drop the belt but still be able to work and tour around the world without showing AEW's like promotions and everything like that. She would rather be a champion somewhere else instead of being a women's champion for AEW and bringing that belt around the world to get more eyes and shit. And plus some other things probably that happened as well that we don't know about. But exactly, like to your point, Willie, like, it's a 50-50 divide here. If your top guys are saying, fuck him, fuck what he did, I'm not going to go work with somebody that's going to come in here and be like, hey guys, what's going on? Let's shake up the place. No. You can leave. You can leave because it's only going to take 6 months. It's only going to take about a year until he gets told no from Tony or no from somebody. And then he's going to try to go over their head. And then Tony's going to tell him no. Or maybe let's not work on that right now. We'll work on it later. And then he's going to go on Twitter and he's going to be like, fuck AEW. They're hurting my feelings again. And, hashtag I'm upset. And it'll trend because it's CM Punk and it's
hashtag I work with fucking children.
Yeah, hashtag fuck EVPs. And that's all, but that's all we need. That's all. Tony Khan has literally cleaned up all of his mess, man. He has done an amazing job.
I completely forgot to say that. I mean, like, sure, after All Out, there was like a little bit of a decline and like it was a bit of a slow process. But I think from like Full Gear Revolution onwards to where we are now, it's back to where it kind of was in 2019, where we're getting banger matches, we're getting homegrown talent, getting the big spots with some ex-WWE guys here and there.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's a debut every fucking week. It's not like Tony Khan has a huge announcement up his ass every fucking week. It's fun. There's a lot of good wrestling. There's a lot of great promos. Better wrestling. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, all you have to do is look at Buddy Matthews and Orange Cassidy last night. Guys who we never would have thought would be on the card last year are on the top of the card.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, Tony Khan's really improved.
Yeah.
And to have Punk come back, you'd go back to square one. Well, you'll have fans, wrestlers, reporters, etc. be like, fuck AEW, because this guy who talks shit about the company right beside the boss in a fucking press conference, talking shit beside your boss. Try doing that in your workplace,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. You wouldn't last 5 minutes. But CM Punk coming back, it would be like, that's bad on Tony, because he would rather be a friend than be
Right.
a boss, because all he'd see are the money signs and be like, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings again. It's
Yeah.
like an
Bullshit.
abusive relationship.
This is a
And-
business. This is a business that has only been off the ground for 4 years, and about 3 of those years, Tony, the Elite, Brandy, TK, they've all built it up to be an amazing second promotion company that has done wonders for talent for both men and women's division, paying them exactly what they deserve, giving them exactly what they want, more creative control, better creative team, a control of what they want to do with their wrestling career, and paying them to the highest caliber that WWE cannot do. They can afford it hand over fist, but they will not do it because it's WWE. And we have to thank Tony, Brandy, Elite, and Coney for that. And then we have someone like CM Punk coming in and shitting all over it at a press conference, and then beating up the top guys in the back, and then going on the internet and complaining is, to me, if I was Tony, as much as I want to have a good heart and a good side and be everyone's friend, which I totally understand. Sometimes it's hard to separate that personal from business at times, but this is a business, man. This is a business that's making you millions and millions and millions of dollars per se. And, you're not bringing in like regular, like a toothpaste commercial. You're bringing in DraftKings. You are on TBS. You're on TNT. You're not on Pix 11. You know what I mean? I wouldn't worry too much. They're on Pix 11 bringing back CM Punk. I'd be like, it's not that bad. But at the same time, they're on big TV networks. They're on things that really do affect their ratings and stuff like that. And them already having that iffy rating system as of now, with them going up and down, is, not good at the moment. But that's something that Tony's been able to work on by himself with the team that he already has. And to your point, Willie, he's finally giving the homegrown talent the push that they deserve. We're not seeing consistently WWE superstars coming in, getting title opportunities, getting the big matches, getting the main events, getting this, getting that, because they're from WWE and they deserve it. No, it's now finally AEW's turn to give AEW stars the push that they deserve. Somebody who's been with the company since day one, like a Darby Allen, an MJF, a Sammy Guevara, a Luchasaurus, a fucking, no, not Swerve because he's from WWE, but, and many, many more. Then buying Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
That wasn't an expense.
A powerhouse Hobbs, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Wardlow. Then we get Ring of Honor. Then we're getting more talent, giving them a bigger platform, a legendary platform.
Brian Cage is getting a push, for goodness sake. All he had to do was resign.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. And then he buys Ring of Honor, and then we got all these great stars. Now we got Mark Briscoe now on television. I mean,
yeah, Jesus.
When was that going to happen without Tony? WWE wasn't going to do that shit.
We got Jay fucking White, one of the best New Japan Pro Wrestling guys on fucking TV.
And we had Ospreay on TV too.
That's right.
These moves are not because Tony's just I want to be friends with everybody. He's a businessman, and these are great business decisions, and he's reaping the reward for it. But if he brings somebody like Fragile Phil, I'm sorry, Nick, I'm stealing it again, but if he brings them back, then kind of kissed all that shit goodbye. We're going to have not too much of a Vince McMahon situation, because Vince McMahon's his own fucking human being. He lives literally on his own planet. But besides that, we're having a similarity in the two of them in that storyline. And that itself is really, really bad for business. Yeah, it's going to bring in a lot of money. Merch is going to go crazy. So many more fans are going to be watching. So many more fans are going to be in the audience. So many reporters like us and content creators are going to be talking about it, which is just more money, more money, more money, which is perfect. And that's what they want. And I get that. And in that business aspect, I totally understand that. But at the same time, if I'm looking for the future, if I'm looking towards the all outs and the all ins and the full gears and the blood and guts and the TV pay-per-views and the rampages and going into my next quarter, my fourth quarter and everything like that, market-wise, it might boost me for a good portion, yeah. But at the same time, it could hurt me for the long run of it for sure. And that's something that CM Punk brings to the table. And again, I know I'm not trying to shit on the guy. He is a legend in the wrestling community. Look at his ROH history. Look at what he's done for ROH. Look at who he's wrestled in ROH. Look at who he's wrestled in the indie scenes. Look at what he's done in the WWE before the pipe bomb situations. I mean, the man literally wrestled with a concussion for like 30 days, if not longer, on live shows as well as regular TV. Like he put up with The Undertaker a 4, if not 5 out of 5 match that was on the same card as John Cena and The Rock. Okay, like that itself, that itself is an accomplishment that nobody can take away from him. He has put on in the WWE more better performances than a lot of the legendary superstars that came back for those one-off matches. And he was somebody that stuck around and stayed and came back Monday with broken bones and broken heads and all this other shit and was willing to do whatever it took to get to that next level. But now he's at a point where he's old and it hurts. And I get that. This is a very violent and very physical business, but it's also a business about money. And with such a young company like AEW, you don't want to have these type of problems continue because it could be the last nail in the coffin for AEW. And that's something I really don't want to see.
Yeah, I can completely understand that. And yeah, CM Punk's a legend. Sure, we'll pop like little babies when he comes out because it's like, well, holy shit, we didn't expect it to happen. But then when you take a couple seconds to think about it, it's like, oh, fuck, no, now he's going to ruin everything again.
Yep.
And it's like,
soiled it. So
it's like, I don't want to see him back. Yes, he's going to make a shit ton of money, but I mean, the talent's going to be unhappy, like Adam said, or like Rebel said. You know, fucking people are going to realize that Tony Khan's like Adam said, he's too soft and he's not going to put his foot down. Like 3/4, half of the top guys on your fucking card already doesn't want to work with him. So he's going to wrestle fucking jobbers and like mid cards. Oh, wow. Who's going to want to see that on a fucking pay-per-view? Nobody. And it's like, yeah, like you said, the final nail in the coffin for AEW, and it ruins everything that they've done in 2019 and what they're doing now. And the biggest portion of that is homegrown guys getting their opportunities. People going for 20 to 30 minutes. You see Punk going 30 minutes? Fuck
not
no.
Now.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean, Jesus Christ, like fucking
5 years ago, 8 years ago, for sure. He could go an hour. Him and Daniel Bryan probably would have put on an amazing Iron Man match. But
yeah, imagine if CM Punk didn't do what he did and he was still the AEW World Champion, and he wasn't Fragile Phil. Go in an hour with Bryan Danielson, we'd still be talking about it.
Oh, nope. Yeah.
You had to fuck it up. And
I had to fuck it up.
Yeah, I don't understand. I think Punk should just stay away and, you know, let all the guys do what they need to do, what they are doing right now. Let them cook. Let them cook. That's what AEW has been doing right now. I mean, look at now everyone's coming back to AEW after what CM Punk did. For a lot of people, what CM Punk did was what turned people off from AEW. And now it's like, okay, it's been 6 months to almost a year. Let's come back. And now everyone, including myself, are like, well, holy shit. Now AEW's back.
That's a really great example.
Back to its golden roots.
Yeah, someone like you that stepped away from it, besides not really liking it and seeing what we were getting, but then, you know, Fragile Phil being who he is, ruining what we were getting at the time was decent matches, better sometimes than, you know, certain WWE moments at the time. And now you left. You're like, fuck
Yep.
AEW. I mean, I watched
I
your
did.
rants and stuff, and I went in your backlog and I watched, and you know, you had valid points. And you know, some of it was very funny. I'm not gonna lie, you're a very funny guy. So I did enjoy that. But at the same time, it was just like, no, you know, you made valid points. And you know, if I was with Sam right now, he would be saying the same thing. And you know, that's something that, you know, we as the wrestling community need to realize is that if we're gonna have someone as I don't want to say it, but I have to, toxic, then you know, in a business that we so desperately love, and especially
Yeah.
in a business that's very different than WWE, that gives, like I said, so many more opportunities to both men and women wrestlers in these divisions than
Yeah,
than
because
what
you can
WWE
go
can offer.
and wrestle in different promotions. You could go to AEW, you could go to New Japan, you could go to Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
WWE, they would only want you in WWE. And
yeah,
Neil says if CM Punk returns, I might not watch AEW every week. But you guys have to. You guys are content creators. Yeah.
yep,
Especially
yep.
now that we're doing
Part of
the
the job.
AEW reviews. Otherwise, it'd be
Yeah,
inconsistent and people won't watch us because, yeah, we're gonna have to watch it every fucking week.
yeah.
But I mean, again, it's not like we have to. We don't get paid doing these fucking videos. We
Not
want
yet.
to. Not yet, but at the rate we're going, thank you guys. We
Yeah,
could,
thank you
but
guys. Yeah,
right now
I
we
almost hit
want
100.
to.
It's crazy.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, you're almost at 100. I'm almost at 350. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I
fuck.
see that. It's insane.
Um, But yeah, back to Punk. Like that's a great example. If Punk returns, I might not watch AEW every week. You're
Yeah,
gonna have a banger episode that we have on Dynamite last night, and if Punk comes back, it won't even fucking matter.
yeah. We'll be talking
So,
about it. I'll be wearing my MJF shit. I'll be talking about it. That's for sure. But I tell you
oh my
now,
god,
it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same, man. It's not gonna be the same.
yeah, no, it won't be the same. And literally, I could see CM Punk booking himself, being like, "I want to fucking
Oh
beat
yeah.
MJF,"
Oh yeah.
being like, "I want to be the AEW World Champion." So you won't see the bidding war 2024. WWE would win the bidding war after fucking Punk comes back, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I think we've had enough for a CM Punk rant
Oh
today.
yeah, for sure.
This concludes our AEW Dynamite April 12th, 2023 episode. On a more positive note, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason it's not a full-blown 5 is because I think the main event should have been the opener, and I think
Sure.
it was a little lackluster of a main event. Otherwise, I would have gave it a full 5. I mean, you had
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy return, whether or not you agree with it. You had fucking great matches like Buddy Matthews and Orange Cassidy, and you had
Yeah,
Swerve
that
and
was fire.
Darby. Great Sting promo, great MJF Darby promo, and Double or Nothing coming, and it can't come soon enough. And I cannot wait for what banger card we might have. And Tony
Oh yeah.
Khan is cooking.
Been working in
Fucking
that kitchen, man. He whipping that wrist right now. He's making us a big rock for Double or Nothing right now. No, I give it the same. Yes, there will be a watch along for Backlash for sure, as well as all pay-per-views going forward. I will always be doing a watch along because you can't. It seems like you guys can't get enough of me and Sam, so I love hearing it. So it's great to hear that. But you know, I give it a 4 out of 5 as well. Definitely was very upsetting with the main event. Two fossils in the ring decaying in front of us for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. It felt like an eternity. And it sucks. Like I said, you know, both men are very talented, especially Keith Lee. You know, I love the guy. I think he's great to work with, but I definitely see him and Swerve going finally at it after that Full Gear incident with him
that'd be great.
costing the titles against the Acclaimed. But yeah, man, no, 4 out of 5 for sure. Definitely excited to see what happens next. Please don't have CM Punk come to AEW. That's all I wish for. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, according to Wolf, June 21st. Mark that on your fucking calendars.
The
But
worst day
yeah,
of wrestling history.
Uh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you one and all for coming and spending your Thursday night with us. It means the absolute world. If you are new here, which are there, I think there were some names that I don't recognize.
Yeah, Adam
Subscribe.
Gage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Gage, Rebel Daily. But if you're new here, um, be sure to subscribe, turn post notifications on so you never miss an upload. Go subscribe to Dylan and Sam's channel as well. Last Week in Wrestling. Go subscribe to Pro Wrestle News. We got some great guys on there,
Big
including
time.
the two of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the
So
Patreon that we made. I made a
and the
great article recently about the Brock Les. Well, Dataway made a great article. I should say I didn't write it.
yeah.
But yeah, Dataway made a great article about the Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes situation, and then I think I sent in to Ray and my Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah, he
as well.
posted that one. I
So
think
that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, so definitely subscribe to Patreon, man. It's $5 a month, but you get a lot of great articles that we've been doing. We're trying to push out more and everything, and definitely it's worth that $5.
Yeah, definitely. Some shit that you won't find anywhere else, and with reliable sources. I mean, yeah, fuck.
We triple check ourselves over here.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the stream. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. That has been Dylan from Last Week in Wrestling. Both Pro Wrestle News represent, and we will see you in the next video. Be good, people.